While time is a subjective construct, so there is no way to know something that isn't. What time is it? Listen, it's now. That's what time it is. It's now. It's always been now. It always will be now. Well, no. Phone later. We're paraboling. We're Stanley paraboling. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Well, are you Stanley? I disagree. I'm positive it's now. Oh, were they? Well, I can't say. I find enjoyment in being alone, but it doesn't mean that I prefer to be alone. I guess there are times when I prefer to be alone. I guess I'm not alone long enough for me to really crave being alone. Well, I guess I have been in relationships where I've just wanted them to, but that wasn't about me wanting to be alone. That was about me wanting not to be in the relationship. Have I ever, like, I'm aware I'm gonna be alone. I've wanted to be home. Oh, well, yeah, when I was depressed, but I didn't like, I wanted to be alone, but I didn't like it. Do I like this is heavy. This is such a heavy question. It's so simple, and yet it's such a heavy question. Do I like being alone? Yeah, but even now, but see, here's the thing, buddy, because even now, if you are you, I'm not alone, and I like this. I like having my brain engaged, whether that's alone or with someone else, because when it's alone, I find my own way of engaging this guy. When I'm with other people, it happens naturally. Although sometimes I'm with people and my brain isn't being engaged, and I'm just kind of. Mm, there's. Okay. If I can find you, does that mean look for him now? All right, this is gonna be a short run because at 10 o'clock I gotta. Well,
This
actually,
is the story of a man named Stanley.
yeah, I've seen that. I'm aware that this is the story of a man named Stanley. Now I am gonna text for a moment. All right. What? Is there anything? I feel like there's.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Ooh.
What could
Wait,
it
wait,
mean?
wait, 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 wait. Begin the game again. Let's see. Can I do this speedrun thing? There's a thing. Beat Stanley Parable in 4 minutes.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I could be timing this. No, not time for you, new content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. No! I should have timed this. I'm kind of running blind.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ah! I think I'm pretty good on time here. I think I could do this in 4 minutes.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
What kind of shoes am I wearing? They are quite loud.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of one employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Where freedom meant nothing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this... blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Let me through.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Did I do it? I felt like more than 4 minutes. There's a lot of talking. Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Oh, I didn't do it. Ugh. Alright. Maybe
All of
there's
his co-workers were gone.
another
What could it
ending.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's see what,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
yes,
admire
I
it.
do. I want to see what's...
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yes. Yes, I'm simply standing here, drinking you all in.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left. Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
a feeling this is all I can do.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
What? Really?
Oh!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one has to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Powerful.
Oh, interesting. Is that... Oh, can I do that in 4 minutes? Oh, we could do this in 4 minutes.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Oh, I don't even have to wait.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Is this beating the game? No. Also not beating the game.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content later. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door.
Alright, we're landing on this platform this
Stanley
time.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what
I
to
wanted
do,
to see if I could get on the
Stanley
truck.
leapt from
I
the
wanted to
platform
see...
and plunged to his death.
I wanted to
Good
see
job,
if I could
Stanley.
get to the truck.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, again.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
No. Yes? This is...
Understood. Your order will be canceled immediately. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Huh. I'm not sure if voice prompts in here. There was a thing with a voice prompt. Oh, I do want to go back and check that out at some point. I don't even remember how I got
Stanley
there.
came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the but eager to get back to business. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
How? It's not that I believe you're not on my side.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Well, Dave did. Dave went through the blue door. I've seen what happens when we reject the red over and over
Oh, thank
again.
God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here.
Whoa.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Oh. It's a ring light. Kind of like the one looking at me right now. Now I wish I was high. This is how our sun was formed, if I'm not mistaken. Gas clouds with tons of hydrogen, all being compressed together till nuclear fusion ignites and they start turning into helium. Okay, I think this is the extent of the show. I don't want to leave here, but I can't stay. Uh. Goodbye. Goodbye, peaceful.
No, wait. Where are you going?
You want to stay?
Right. Where were we? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
If I die on the stairs, well, it give me the chills. Why am I going to die on the stairs? No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Oh, wait. Is this the choice? Do I either kill myself or I go all the way back to the room and I stay in this?
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Oh, fascinating. Narrator. I get chills thinking about it, but
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
we achieved staring at the same thing.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
The self-replicating pattern. What is the... If I'm just there and that's all I have, is there at some point it's not enough. Even if it's amazing. If it's amazing all the time, it eventually will not be amazing.
No!
Sorry. Oh.
Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Is this going to change? It's 10 o'clock. All right. No. Am I walking slower? We're gonna try it again. Wow, I have to.
Oh.
Man.
No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Maybe I can make it to the stairs.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
No.
Can you do that for my God? Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Yes. Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I am walking slower. Wow. This is morbid.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Do I want to see what happens if I simply stay in the room?
Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
This room never changes, buddy. This is...
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I still thought that was possible.
This is the only choice I have. It's not this moment right here. This. To that. Okay. Stanley Parable. Narrator, I don't have. I do have. I could do whatever. I could just leave this here. I could leave you there until my game shut down. If this doesn't kill me, I'll do that. I'll leave and just let it stay. But then I'm not experiencing it. Why would I do that? Well, if I keep the stream going, I come back and see what happens.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Oh, that gave me weird chills. Oh, interesting. Interesting. How long have we been on here? About 36 minutes. That's fine for now, because I gotta poop and